friends. Today we are going to study the first chapter of our textbook First Flight. The name of the lesson is A Letter to God. This is a very beautiful story. Here the main character of the story is Lencho, who is a farmer and who writes a letter to God. Okay, it seems very strange that a person is writing a letter to God. Okay, so first of all we should dig up the reason why. So the reason is given over here. He writes a letter to God when his crops are ruined. When his crops are ruined. Okay, and he asks 100 pesos. Pesos is the currency of Scotland where the story has been scheduled. So you can see Lencho is a farmer and he writes a letter to the god demanding 100 pesos. So what happens to his crops, how his crops were destroyed, and what forced him to write a letter to God? Does he get the money or not? These all things we are going to discuss in the story. So let's start the story. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. Crest, which means top of a hill. From this height one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with the flowers that always promised a good harvest. Means the land is very fertile. You can grow a very good harvest, a very good produce over there. Okay, and from the top of the house, from the top of the hill, you can see a river and the land downside. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour. Downpour means rainfall. Okay, downpour means rainfall. So when we talk about the downpour, so it is nothing, it is rainfall. So it needed a rainfall. What needed a rainfall? The earth means the soil. Okay, the soil needed a rainfall so that it can prepare the crop for harvesting. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. That it shows, the line shows that the protagonist Lencho, he was waiting for the rainfall and he was expecting the rainfall to give a beautiful crop to him. Now we are really going to get some water, women. Okay, who is saying? Lencho says this line. What does he say? Now we are really going to get some water, women. Women is basically not used for the wife, actually it is for ladies, but here in American English, no, the wife can be spoken, wife can be saluted with the word women, and the husband can be saluted with the word man. The woman who was preparing supper, you know what is supper? Supper is a light. Supper is a light evening meal. Okay, a meal, food which can be eaten in the evening hours. It should be very light. Okay, so that we call as supper. Understanding? Replied, yes, God willing. What does his wife say? Yes, God willing. That means she is also faithful in the God. She also keeps a faith in God. The older boys were working near the house until the women called to them all. Come for dinner. It was during the meal that, just as Lencho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall in the northeast. Huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These are not raindrops falling from the sky. They are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces, and the little ones are 5." So here 10-cent pieces and 5 fives. So basically here it is the currency again. Okay, so what does he say? He symbolizes, he actually compares the rainfall with uh, the money. Okay, financially. Why? Because after selling his crops, ultimately he would get money, and that money would actually fulfill his basic needs. So here what do we say? Here it's a question that comes in examination. Okay, what is the question? The question is, why does why does Lencho compare the big drops of rain with coins? Why does Lencho compare the raindrops with coins? So it's a question that can come in exam. So you need to prepare this question. Okay, can we move ahead? Yes. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers, draped in a curtain of rain. But suddenly, a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. These truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. So here the children did not have any idea, and they could not actually differentiate between the raindrops and the hailstones, advantage or disadvantage. They didn't understand. Okay, so the father, when was comparing the raindrops, he says that the raindrops are like coins, because after selling the crops, he would actually get the coins. Whereas here the children, when they saw the hailstone, they think they understand them. They also compare them with the frozen pearls. They believe that they are the pearls, but it is not like that. It is not at all beneficial for a peasant to have what to say hailstones in his farmland. So here the situation is changed. His crops are being destroyed by the hailstone. Let us see how does he respond. "It's really getting bad now," exclaimed the man. "I hope it passes quickly." Okay, so what does he hope? What does he expect? He expects that the hailstone should pass quickly. The hailstorm should not destroy his crop. It did not pass quickly. For an hour, for an hour, the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white, as if covered with salt. So, what exactly happened? Everything was destroyed. So what he was expecting that his crop should be harvested properly. It should give a good produce. It should not be destroyed by any kind of hailstone. But whatever he was expecting, okay, whatever we expect, it's not necessary that the same thing comes to us. Okay, so sometimes what we expect and what God plans, okay, these two things are totally different. So here we can see Lencho, who is a very, very innocent person, okay, who is very hardworking. He has great faith in God, and he is waiting for a rainfall. But at the place of rainfall, he got the hailstone, which actually destroyed his crop. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons. So ultimately, what has happened? His crops have been destroyed. Okay, he is very unhappy. He's standing in the field, in the middle of the field. Okay, and his children are there, his sons are there. And what does he talk to them? A plague of locusts. You know what is plague? Okay, plague is a disease. Okay, plague is a disease that destroy the crops. Okay, it can harm even human being. Okay, red plague is there, and red plague can harm human being. Okay, so plague is basically disease. So a plague of locusts. Okay, and this plague, actually there are n number of plagues. Okay, so there is red plague. Okay, and here we are having insect plague. Okay, so you can see here insect plague. And which insects? Locust. So locust, a plague of locust, that means a plague, a disease to the crop which can come through the locusts. Okay, an insect. So a, a plague of locusts would have left more than this. The hell has left nothing. Okay, so what does he say? He compares the situation. He compares the situation of hailstone with the situation of a plague. He says that if his crops were caught by the disease plague, there would have been more chances of little crop survival. But here, as this was not plague, this was hailstone. They have completely destroyed his crop. Are you getting it? They have completely destroyed. Nothing is left now. See, the line has been clearly fired over here. The hail has left nothing. Everything is gone. This year we will have no corn. That night was a sorrowful night. Okay. All our work for nothing. There is no one who can help us. We'll all go hungry this year. So ultimately, there is no other thing than the crop field for his survival, for his food. Okay. So here is oral comprehension check. We can see first question is what did Lencho hope for? So hoped for, yes, Lencho hoped for a rainfall that can give him a good crop. Very good. Second question is why did Lencho say the raindrops were like new coins? Because after selling the crop, okay, after selling the crop, he will actually get new coins. How did the rain change? What happened to Lencho's fields? The rainfall or the downpour changed into the hailstorm and ultimately it destroyed his crops completely. What were Lencho's feelings when the hail stopped? He was very much unhappy. Okay, he said that now nothing is left and he compared the situation with the plague. Okay, he was helpless, he was waiting for some help. Shall we proceed? Shall we move to the next part? But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope help from God. So, what hope did they have? They have the hope of getting help from God. Okay, so help from God. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. See, what a sentence! No one dies of hunger. Okay, it's a complete positive sentence. It tells us that we should never be upset if something goes wrong in our life. We should believe in our God. Getting it? All through the night, Lencho thought only of his one hope the help of God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything. So, what was taught to him in his childhood? That God sees everything. So, does God see everything or not? Yes, exactly. The God sees everything. So, we should not cheat, we should not be dishonest with ourselves. Okay, even what is deep in one's conscience, Okay, what is conscience? What is conscience? Do you know? Conscience means an inner sense, an inner sense of right or wrong. Okay, inner sense of right or wrong. In Hindi, we can say inner. We can say also call it inner soul. Okay, so Lencho was an ox of a man. An ox of a man. What a beautiful phrase. An ox of a man. What does it mean? Okay, it means it means he was very hardworking. He was very hardworking. Understanding? So Lencho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. The following Sunday at daybreak he began to write a letter, which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. So here what we want in our story. So actually the story moves ahead. So now I'll give you one brief summary of whatever we have read till now. So Lencho is a man. Lencho is a farmer actually whose crops are being destroyed by the hailstone, and he did not lose the hope. He believed that God will definitely help him. And in order to survive, in order to give ensure food for his family, what does he do? He writes a letter to God. Okay, and he writes a letter to God, and he goes to the post office. So now try to understand, the quality of the man. Okay, so we have actually heard about various quality. First of all, he was faithful. Okay, he kept a faith in God. He had deep faith in God. Number one. Number two, he was hardworking. And number three, he was innocent. Exactly. What do we understand from this quality that he is writing a letter to God? He was innocent. So all these qualities are there in him. Okay, and let us continue ahead. What happens next? God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes. Because the hailstorm, okay, and whatever the story is there, he wrote it down completely. See the innocence. He directly write down, and he write down, and he says that he needs money, 100 pesos he needs. He wrote to God on the envelope. Okay, so this can be a question that what does he write on the envelope? So on envelope he wrote to God. He didn't have any address actually. Put the letter inside and still troubled went to town. So why is troubled? Okay, why is troubled? Why is troubled? Because he did not have the address of the God, and where will he send the letter? At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. Okay. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily. Okay, laughing heartily means laughing loud. Okay, and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. So the postmaster, a fat, amiable, amiable means friendly, fellow also broke out laughing, but almost immediately he turned serious and tapping the letter on his desk, commented, what faith! I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God. So ultimately, what happens? The postmaster is very much happy to have the letter. First of all, he laughed, but after that, he understood. He understood the faith of the postman of Lencho, and he also wanted the same. So here you can understand very well that the postmaster, okay, the postmaster is a very wonderful person. First of all, he when he gets the letter, he actually is not happy with. First of all, he also involves, or what we can say, includes himself into the laughter what the other people were making. But later on, he immediately recovered himself. He understood. Okay, he understood the seriousness of the letter. He understood that the man, the farmer, is innocent. He is not fool. Okay, so what does he do? Let us see. So, in order not to shake, see, understand the phrase. In order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. And what was the idea? To answer the letter. So the idea was to answer the letter. So the postmaster thought that he should answer the letter. And how can he answer? Ultimately, to answer the letter means to uh, give money to that farmer, Lencho. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill. Okay, so goodwill to he had. Okay, he needed something else. He needed something more. And what? Money. He needed money. So, other than goodwill, ink, and paper, he needed money. Okay, he needed money. And how much money does he need? He needed 100 pesos. Getting it? He needed 100 pesos. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. So ultimately, helping that farmer was an act of charity. So all of these people joined this act of charity, and they thought to help the farmer. They collected the money. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos. So he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. Okay, so the amount was not 100 pesos which he sent a little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. So at the place of subscription, what did he write? God. Okay, so the letter was from God. And why did he do so? Why did he not mention that this letter is from postmaster? Exactly. He did not mention it because he wanted to keep the faith of the farmer in God alive. Okay. Now we have got questions. Oral comprehension. First question is, who or what did Lencho have faith in? What did he do? So Lencho had faith in God. Okay. He wrote a letter to God asking for 100 pesos. Who read the letter? A postman read the letter and he took the letter to the postmaster. What did the postmaster do then? The postmaster uh, thought to help the farmer, so he collected money with his from his staff and actually sent around more than half, that is more than 50 pesos to the farmer. So hope the questions are clear. Let's proceed. Let's go ahead. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman. See, here again you can find that Lencho had great faith because of his faith only he came over there earlier. Okay, you cannot call this faith greed. Okay, he was not greedy. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. So ultimately, the postmaster as well as the postman, both of them were satisfied because they had ultimately helped the farmer. Lincho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Why he was not surprised? Obviously, because his faith never forced him to be surprised. He had faith that God will definitely help him. Such was his confidence. But he became angry when he counted the money. This line is very important. But he became angry when he counted the money. So why did he become angry? Okay, because the money was not 100 pesos. It was less than what he need. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. So he thought that it's a mistake. Rather than 100 pesos, it is less than that. So first of all, he could not question God because he had such a huge, such a deep faith in God that he could not question God. Then what happened? Then why the God has not sent him the correct money? Let us see. Immediately, Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and pen. On the public writing table, he started to write with much wrinkling on his brow. With much wrinkling on his brow. Okay, so he was actually confused. Okay, anxious. Okay, or we can say confused. So he was anxious and confused. By what? What forced him or what made him to be anxious or confused? Caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. So he was actually anxious. Okay, and then he collected some ideas that what to write in the letter. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp which he licked and then affixed to the envelope. With a blow of his fist, the moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. So see the thing. The postmaster helped, and now he is so much excited to know the words of words of greet that he went over there and immediately opened the letter. It said, "God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. But don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks." Lencho. Oh God. So what happened in the story? Ultimately, what happened? So he believed that the money was stolen by these post office people. He believed that the post officers, the post office employees, they are crooks. Okay, they are not honest. They are dishonest and they have taken out the money out of it. So innocence is good. Okay, he had faith in God. He was innocent. He was hardworking. Everything was fine. Okay, he did not have any faith in humanity. He could actually never imagine that any human being is helping him. Rather, he blamed the people who helped him. So this was the very beautiful story. Okay, two questions are there. Before that, there is a word crook. Crook, you know very well. Cheat and dishonest person. Cheat or dishonest person. So now we have got questions. First question is, was Lencho surprised to find a letter for him with money in it? No, he was not at all surprised because he had great faith in God. What made him angry? He was angry to see less than the required money. Okay. So this is how the first chapter is over. Okay. Thank you.